You think you're in control. You think you're making choices, scrolling when you want, clicking what you like, opening your phone when you decide to. But you're not behind the wheel. Your brain is in the passenger seat. And someone else, something else, is quietly driving. Your brain is being hacked in real time. Not by hackers in hoodies, but by invisible systems, algorithms, and feedback loops that have learned exactly how your attention works and how to use it against you. The worst part? You don't even feel it happening. Every ding, every red bubble, every new post, it's not random. It's calculated. It's a hook designed to trigger a tiny, almost invisible chemical spark in your brain, a microdose of dopamine, a whisper that says, "Check me again." You think you're relaxing. You think you're unwinding. But you're participating in an experiment, one that measures, predicts, and manipulates what you look at, what you want, and ultimately, who you become. And every time you scroll, every time you swipe, every time you just check one thing, the system gets smarter. It learns what excites you, what scares you, what keeps you frozen. This isn't distraction anymore. It's possession. And if you've ever felt like you're losing focus, that your thoughts slip away too easily, that's not by accident. That's by design. 2. Expose the trap. How it really works. Let's pull the curtain back. Most people start their day by checking their phone. Not because they need to, but because their brain has been trained to. You wake up, reach for your screen, and within seconds, you're flooded with novelty, likes, headlines, messages, noise. You tell yourself it's catching up, but in reality, it's conditioning. Every app on your phone is built on a single goal: to keep your eyes glued to it for as long as possible. To do that, companies hire neuroscientists, behavioral psychologists, and data engineers, all working together to study what triggers your curiosity, what spikes your emotion, what makes you hesitate before closing the app. Every design choice is intentional. The color red for notifications, because it triggers urgency and danger. The infinite scroll, so you never hit a natural stopping point. Autoplay, so your brain doesn't have time to decide what it actually wants. You are not choosing. You're being guided, gently, invisibly, by the same mechanisms that make slot machines addictive. That's not an exaggeration. It's the blueprint. Every refresh, every pull to update gesture mimics the act of gambling. You don't know what you'll get, and that unpredictability is what keeps you hooked. You're chasing a reward that might not even exist. A new comment, a new headline, a new video. And while your brain chases, the system collects. Your attention, your habits, your emotions, all turned into data, all monetized. Your distraction isn't a side effect.
3. Escalation, the true cost of losing control. But here's where it gets darker. The real danger isn't that you're distracted. It's that you've forgotten how to not be. Try sitting still for 2 minutes. No phone, no background noise, just silence. Most people can't. Within seconds, the anxiety hits, the urge to do something, check something, escape. That's withdrawal. You've been conditioned to associate stillness with discomfort, and discomfort with failure. So instead of thinking, you scroll. Instead of reflecting, you consume. And the deeper that pattern goes, the harder it becomes to feel satisfaction from anything real. The cost isn't just time, it's depth. Your thoughts become shorter, your patience thinner, your ability to sit with silence gone. You lose the muscle of focus, and with it, the ability to create, to think deeply, to connect meaningfully. And here's the brutal truth. If you can't control your attention, you can't control your life. Because everything meaningful, every relationship, every goal, every ounce of progress demands focus. Yet today, the average person checks their phone over 150 times per day. That's 150 breaks in concentration, 150 microfractures in your ability to think straight. The modern mind isn't lazy, it's overstimulated, to the point where silence feels unbearable. You're not losing your focus because you're weak. You're losing it because you're surrounded by systems designed to break it and profit when you do. 4. Wake-up call, taking the power back. But here's the truth. The hijack only works while you're unaware of it. The moment you see it, it starts to lose power. This isn't a call to throw away your phone or disappear into the woods. It's about reclaiming ownership over your mind. Start with awareness. Ask yourself, why am I opening this app? If you can't answer that question, stop. Turn off every non-essential notification. Remove the noise. Make your phone boring again. Then, introduce intentional boredom. That's right, do nothing on purpose. Spend an hour without digital input. Let your brain wander. Let it ache for stimulation, and don't give it any. Because boredom is not your enemy. It's your brain's reset button. It's the space where creativity and discipline rebuild themselves. Try a dopamine detox, not as a challenge, but as a rebellion. A day without scrolling, a morning without music, a meal without checking your screen. Watch how uncomfortable it feels. Then realize that discomfort is healing.
Next, rebuild focus like a muscle. Single task. Read one page without checking your phone. Finish one thing completely before starting another. Practice being present, not as a slogan, but as survival. You don't owe the world your constant availability. You owe yourself your attention. 5. Emotional payoff, the realization and reclamation. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You're simply living in a world engineered to hijack the very circuits that once kept you curious, creative, and alive. Your attention has been turned into currency.